Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are once again watching Astroteric TV. I'll be your one and only host, the Astro Guru, and it wouldn't be Astroteric TV without the gra. Tonight's topic of discussion: the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is pretty much a storage device, since people are beings of light and light is information. Then I've already explained dimensions and realms and things, but we know that planets are alive. Planets have souls. So Earth has a soul. Now, the same way your blood retains information, the cosmos and Earth as well retain information. Now, this is also why people can touch an item of clothing, or you can have your feet in the ground somewhere, and we have like deja vu and memories, and we daydream, things like that. Because first off, the way the Earth and space retain information, you can look this up. I wouldn't be telling you anything that you couldn't go fact check for yourself. But Earth is its own ball with space outside of it. The Akashic Records flow over, down, through the Earth, back out under, and around through space. And it's just gathering information and gathering information. Now, the Akashic Records hold the memories of the Earth, as well as the consciousness of the Earth. So the same way you can think about the past, the present, and envision the future, the Earth can too. So the Akashic Records has basically a record of every life that has existed, does exist, and will exist on the Earth. That's what the Akashic Records is. It is a tape, a USB device, if you will. A flash drive, if you will, of everything that is to take place on the Earth. Now, the Akashic Records are sealed. So that's why you can imagine things about the future, and you can think about the past, but to the average person, you will continuously get befuddled in the mix. It's going to become hazy. You're going to get tired of thinking about it, things like that. That is the seal that is on the Akashic Records. It is information that you are not supposed to know, like when you're going to die, or when someone else in your family and things like that will die. You are not privileged to that information. That information is for the cosmos. That is for gods and guardian angels and things like that. Sometimes not even them. Now, just being that you even know about the Akashic Records right now, you'll start to look more and more into the Akashic Records if you have never heard about them before. If you've heard about them, then you already know what they are, and you've probably tried to find and figure out how to, see what's going on in the Akashic Records. Like, what's in there? I want to know what's going to happen and things like that. Now, I won't tell you how you can do that, like how you can unseal the Akashic Records, because I truthfully don't know. The only thing that I do know is there are some people that are privileged to that information. Now, how do you become privileged to that information? I don't know. But I've found that I can tap into the Akashic Records. So with that kind of information, with that kind of power comes great responsibility. This is also where a lot of light workers get their like their spark to do the light work, because you might get a glimpse of the Akashic Records and you might think it's a premonition. You might just think that this is something that you think is going to come into existence because, maybe you're cynical, a conspiracy theorist, and you think life is just, crazy. But in all actuality, what happened was God gave you a glimpse into the Akashic Record of your area and what's going on in your life and the people you're connected to. And what you seen was probably on a level like, I don't want that to happen. So no matter whose timeline it was in, you didn't want it to happen. So you got up and you started doing the work to gear this somewhere else, because as a light worker and as the chosen ones, the star seeds, things like that, that the biggest question is the universe controlling you, or are you controlling the universe? So chosen ones that have decided that we're going to be like Neo in the Matrix and we're doing the controlling. So that's where you get that from. That's why we go around doing the things that we do, trying to change the things that we can. And that's why you got to be a little crazy to be a light worker. But you got to be a little crazy to be a dark worker too. You got to be a little crazy. Like, just look at what evil does. Like, there are a lot of crazy. But sometimes it's good to be a lot of crazy. So there you have it. The Akashic Records, past, present, future. The memory of the earth in space. And as I said before, I don't know who else can. I've never really heard anybody talk to me about the Akashic Records. I've heard people mention it. That's obviously how I know about it, but I just so happen to love doing research. With the little bit of resources that I have, I'm great at doing research and critical thinking and cross connection and stuff like that. So, yeah. But the Akashic Records, there's people out there. This is also how people can be psychic and tell you what's going to happen in the future. To some extent, they have a sight of what's in the Akashic Records. And they can tell you, hey, this is going to happen. Oh, don't do that. Things like that. You got other religions that do the same thing as well. Ifa and Christianity. Pretty much we all do it. We just call it different things. But I'm telling you that overall, what it is the Akashic Records. So I couldn't tell you something was going to happen if there was nothing going to happen. So if the earth was to end in 2025, I couldn't tell you in 2027 you're going to hit the lotto. But guess what? You find that out when the earth ended in 2025. Like, damn, I'm never going to hit the lotto. Pardon my language. But, yeah, that's it. The Akashic Records. Go look them up. Find out about them. But do not try to... There's nothing you could do to try to figure your way out. Besides, if you even think you're going to be a piece of successful, I know exactly what's going to happen to you. I know what's going to happen. You'll get kicked right out of there. And you're going to lose whatever gift you got or thought you had that might work to get in there. But it's a beautiful thing, just knowing that it is written in the stars what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. It just all depends on what route you take. No matter what route you take, the story is planned out, because it's like a parallel universe. When you made one decision, you made 10. Just know that. So every time you made the decision, you didn't make the decision as well. And it's split off, and we'll get into that another time. But the Akashic Records, over and out. Till next time.